This will not stop. What's up, y'all? Scott with Bent Fork. I'm back at the. Finally, it took me a little while to get here, and then when I got here, I've been talking to my new friend AJ Alvarez, or JP Alvarez. He is a. Let me flip the camera around for people to get on here and see my ugly face. He is a ranger with the Army Corps of Engineers, and he's down here in the parking lot. And he's out here watching what's going on. So, not only have they got some complaints about gold miners bringing dredges and power equipment down here, but they've got complaints of kids running their four wheelers and motorcycles back here on the trail. So he's out here watching what's going on. But he and I talked for, God, seemed like an hour about things, and I have been totally. I have the laws all wrong as far as the land goes here in Georgia. I'll give you the rundown. Basically, I'm on a county and privately owned section here, and I'm free to pan and shovel here and do everything within the state laws, which is pan and shovel only. No more yabby pump, no more fluid bed sluices, none of that stuff. Just pan and shovel straight up. And once you get past, once you go on a Corps of Engineers land, it was my understanding, my wrong understanding was that Corps of Engineer land was was public and free to pan, and he says yes, but only in certain designated areas. So Corps land is not as open and free as I once thought it was. So that means for this creek, once I get past the bridge down there, once I pass the bridge, I got about 200, 300 yards past the bridge, then I'm on Corps property. And that's going to be my cutoff point. I talked with him and I said, can I go down there? He said, only in designated areas. I said, can you tell me where those designated areas are? He's like, well. And so I said, rather than be safe than sorry, once I see the core line, I'm just gonna have to draw a line and say I'm not gonna go mess with core property. That also changes some of my plans for the spring and summer. I have plans to go venture up some of the creeks that come off the lake that don't have any other access but the lake access. According to him, we talked for a while. According to him, those are probably going to be off limits to me. So that aspect of things are going to change. Other creeks, there's a couple other creeks I go to. They have similar situations, but basically, this creek right now is being under a closely watched eye, and I don't think they're really looking at me, but perhaps somebody that's been watching my stream and figured they'd come down here and just tear this creek up. I don't know. But anyways, he's out there watching. And also, yeah, the kids on four-wheelers out here, they got to stop that. So anyways, we're back here. And I got some more changes. Finally got some final designs, almost final, of the Bentea pan. And a new pan, the cake pan. I finally got one to print decent. So I'll show off the Bentea first. This is going to be the final shape design. I don't feel I need to design the shape anymore. All my shapes are good. When I printed this one, started this printing yesterday, I thought this was going to be a good idea to smack my logo in here. Oh, my shadow's in the way. Thought it'd be a good idea to try and put my logo in there, but because this print's upside down, that's actually not really a print surface, and so that's actually hanging down. It's just not good quality. So as that was printing and I saw that was not going to work, I went ahead and redesigned a new one, which is printing now, that has the logo embossed over here, and then I've got the size embossed because I've made a number of different sizes. um, but anyways, this is going to be my final shape on this. The hole's about an inch and a half or so instead of an inch. The transition's a lot smoother than before. It shouldn't jam up as much. And this one's 15 inches or 380 millimeters. I've got a 420 millimeter one. Yay! A 280 millimeter one, and then a little miniature 240 millimeter one. So that's the Bentaya pan. This is probably going to be my workhorse pan for all the rest of my days. And this is just kind of a fun experiment. And it kind of came out, in my opinion, it's a little bit cartoonish. But if you ever watch Chris at Bogus Prospecting, he's got a little pancake pan that he uses sometimes, and I just kind of said, "Oh, make me one of those too," and see how I do it. But I made a giant one. This one's 380 millimeters. We'll get into how to pan this. You can go on Bogus and do a search pancake, and you can see some videos where he uses his pancake pan. His is teeny tiny compared to this thing. So this thing is actually kind of a cartoon compared to his. This is similar to some speed pans, and again, everything's exaggerated. Like my riffles are way too high and stuff, but when I shrink this down to say 50% or 75%, things become a little bit more reasonable. But this is what I got today, and so we're going to see how it works in the 15-inch size. So if you've never seen a speed pan or pancake pan, you're in for a treat because I've never really used one before. And we got Garrett Gold Trap for our small pan, and Proline for our big boy utility pan and whatnot. And we're at a spot that I've kind of been using this spot as testing for the past couple months. We haven't really gone many places else. Well, we've tried, but this is still producing gold. We're going to dig right on down here and get some material and see if we can try this pan out. See if we get gold and get it together. And then I can discuss a little bit more about the things that I discussed with AJ up there in the parking lot. I think I know who he was talking about. But people coming up to this creek using motorized equipment, sluices, coming up here after hours at nighttime. So yeah, there's a problem. It's not me, but perhaps I may have something to do with popularizing the spot and attracting people to it. So for any part I have in that, I apologize. Alright, how are we gonna do this? Oh, Plug it for a socket. Start classifying up some dirt. All my stuff, all the road shop would be nice. I'm just going to fill up this pro line with some material. We'll use that to check out these pans. So we got to stay off coral land rather than go to it. And now I'm going to be seeking out private owners and permissions, clubs and stuff like that. I'll be going to Electric Strike and Thermal City a lot more often. Come on, please. Stuff on my shoulder there. I don't know. Something on top of it. Keep grabbing on so pull that water full. Fingers are going through the pain stage right now as we speak. Oh man, pain stage still. Wish I could get through it. Pain. That's painful. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Let's see how much is in there. One more classifier full and then we pan away. too painful with. A little bit. Well, I'm about time to pain stage, y'all. Come on. Lord. Oh, this hurts like hell. Need me a rock scrubber. So I need a little brush. Scrub these rocks with. Save my little fingertips. That should be enough to get us started for the day. Today's a pan testing day, but since I've kind of blown off such. First, I got that pan off the printer. And I said, okay, well, I already know that one's not going to be the final one because of the logo situation. So I immediately got a good one going with the remaining green plastic that I have. I'm out of plastic now until February. I've ordered some, but I think it's me that's using up all the blue and green plastic. Ain't none available, so I won't be able to get any until February. So I got one more of the Ventea pan printing with the revised logo situation, but otherwise it's identical. The main difference is I removed that logo and I put an embossed logo on the outside. Let's see how this sucker does. And then we'll get the pancake out here too. Then we'll throw our cons. Neither one of these pans are going to be good for actually finding the flakes of gold. They're basically main purpose is to reduce your material down to just a cup of cons, basically. So we'll throw our cons in this one. I'm going to start with the Bente. This one's really the focus. The cake pan is more of a kind of a fun thing, but it could be interesting. I could put all of this material in this. It will fit. I could cram it in there if I wanted to. I want to save some for the cake pan. A little less than half.
And I'm like, no, none of this would have happened.
Hello.
Hey. None of this would have happened if you had just taken 5 seconds, calmed down, put the cards on the bag, and they put it out, instead of rushing everybody.
Oh yeah, much better than the earlier previous designs. I'm not going to feel the need to get in there and unclog this as much. Kind of like a hybrid pan, really. It's a little bit deeper than a potato pan. Not totally great at the type of clay we have here in Georgia, but my little trap is working. It's a little bit better than the previous design, so yeah, this will be just fine. The previous design worked good. Just got a little jammed up down there at the bottom a lot. Yeah. I think I can go with that. Maybe a little on the deep side. If you're used to using a mate, it's going to take a little getting used to. Oh, garnet. I just lost a really pretty garnet. I want to pan this all the way down to the hole and see what happens. Basically my gold prep in there. two cakes. The previous design was cake so tight. Yep, this is it. So what I'm doing here is I can kind of see the swirl going into my little hole and exchanging. Hell yeah! Alright, let's see if we got anything in that little pan. Oh, I see color coming. I saw a speck of color right there. There's a color right there. I can't even get it up. See, that's color. That's an issue. Oh yeah, she's got color on her first pan. So it's easier to use a flat bottom pan to show. Let's look around this. Some sunshine. Not bad. That wasn't even really. We'll go like I said. I could probably fit all of the material that was in that pro line in a single Ventea pan. It holds a lot more than you think. Oh, she's got good luck on her first pan. Nice chunky chunk. Some little pieces there. I'd say welcome to the world, Ventea. Alright. Now let's do that cake pan. See what we get. I just want to throw everything in this orange book. Cake pan time. Give a trick, make sure to leave your beans in. A little minute before it does that. Alright, cake pan time. Now with the cake pan, it might help to have a bucket. Something to set it on. Pile of rocks or something. I got a rather large one. What I think is over the course of the next few weeks, testing this, I'll probably print a couple different sizes of this one. Find out what works best. I imagine 15-inch Ventea, maybe 11-inch pancake. You want to pile it up in the middle. I'm going to try to pile the dirt within this ring here. See, I practically got a pan just to get it in the pan. This all in the interest of science, right? Alright, somewhat messy. Okay, this thing's got to stay flat. You don't want to tilt it. Got to stay flat through the whole process until the very, very end. You might get a little tilt going on. And the key is this: when this material gets wet, it's gonna like that. It'll all spread out. All the light stuff's gonna get suspended in the water. I'm gonna sweep it. This will be gone. So it's not a finished pan. It's just a reduction pan. Basically, I'm gonna start these little circle patterns. Get everything underwater. Full of different circles. Keep the pan flat. Keep the pan flat. Most of that material is just floating away. Alright, a big rock here in the middle. Hand stayed flat the whole time. Just keep these little circle patterns. That's what I'm left with. Less than a Dentella pan. And that's just my take on it. That's from watching Chris do it on with his. That's just a large scale version of what I see. We got any gold in that. Doesn't look like it. We'll have to give the cake pan another try with some fresh dirt. I said my main focus is the other pan. The cake pan is just kind of like a woohoo, let's try this. But man, the material came off quick. Alright, I'm gonna get a fresh pan full of material, and I'm gonna run it through the cake pan. Cake pan may be a bust, but it's really cool looking. Maybe a smaller version of it. Maybe Chris's little pan can't be but maybe 10 inches. Yeah, I wish my sinuses would ease up. Take a brush and got my hoodie. Yeah. I've got a piece of wood somewhere. Something hung on a piece of wood. What was that? Oh, that wasn't wood. That was bedrock. Yeah. Selling square chunks. That's because I got into some bedrock and I just pull it up. It's all decomposing bedrock. Felt like a tree branch. I don't know why. Thought I was on a tree branch.
Like I was sucking in, I was, yeah, I don't, but yeah, we can make sure I think wash right the same way. Like, you have to run it. You can run some rubber on it.
Make sure there are no ponds in there. Just go ahead and pour this straight on into the pancake. I hate that pancakes strike out on this very first dirt. See, that is an issue. You do want something for it to sit on. Have an area to load her up. Usually people use these in like speed painting competitions and stuff. Other countries up in the northwest and stuff, they'll have these big old pans. These pans will be like 40 inches. Huge. But basically the same concept. Black with the sunroof link. May not work well with this Georgia clay though. Might be better suited in a sandier soil. Or I'm sure the stuff that you have in competition is probably been classified, standardized. or processed in some manner. See, at this point, I might as well just pan this a little bit out in a regular pan, but we're trying to have fun with this one, so. Pancake number 2. Alright. Everybody underwater? Little circles. Little circles. Little circles. A little bigger, get some of that silk off. There you go. Okay. Pan a little different that time. I'm left with that. I stopped a little sooner. I didn't circle as hard and aggressive. I'm telling you, the effort in the circle is not much. You just gotta you get a feel for it when you try it. Right. So that left me with that. I don't know. I think pancake pan is a bust, y'all. Maybe losing gold on that fan out. Maybe a smaller version would be a little better, more controllable. But we could also dug this spot dry. I've been digging here a while. I'm starting to wonder I should move on to something else. Double circle. Ah, pancake pan got a piece of gold. One little piece. Oh my, little piece of gold. Pancake pan's pretty cool. I'm already thinking pancake pan needs to be much smaller and much more of a niche thing rather than a production bring it to the creek and pan your butt off with it thing. But the material does just kind of falls off real quick. I'll try another one with it. Why not? gonna wind up using a worm bucket for a different bucket. I do that. I've lost my wire. So actually, this white bucket should be the Tom's bucket. So we alleviate that problem altogether. Alright, one more for the pancake. Pancake hasn't gotten a fair shake. Y'all, that wind is cold. I'm gonna dig over here a little bit more, although I think I'm already on bedrock over here. Big old quartz rock. Well, there's another tree here. These are the big rocks that we're pulling this. don't regret my talk with JP out there in the parking lot or anything, but he did. It is kind of cutting into dig time today, so I'm not going to really have much of a long stream. Run another pancake pan just out of curiosity through it, and then we'll run a few semi-serious Bentay pans, and then we'll be back out next time with a full plan of action. And I'll be emailing back and forth with JP. He's going to send me, he's got some maps, he says, that actually will show me those designated areas that we kept discussing. So he's going to help me out with that and give me some detailed maps on exactly where I can go and be totally, completely rest assured legal. Mainly them kids driving the ATVs and the motorbikes back here. We got him back here, but he says since he's been back here, he's seen some guys bringing freaking pumps down here, running pumps and equipment. Crazy. Ruin it for everybody, y'all. Until I get the maps from him, I'm just going to stay off of core land completely. Put this in a pancake. Damn it. I'm ordering there's my utility, right? Yeah, I don't know about pancake, y'all. Maybe a smaller one, like I said. Much like Chris's. Just getting the design to print without errors was an achievement, and it's not error free. I'll show you that too. Oop. I don't think the build plate I used is very good, and so my first layer adhesion was really horrible, and so the back of the pan is just ugly as hell. But it doesn't really affect function. So here, she's loading it, pain in the butt. Don't put too much in there. It's gonna fall off the bucket. I'm going to put my scoop. If you just shovel directly on top of it, unclassified, that might be a thing. Here in Georgia, though, with all clay, it's better to classify if you can. Probably where all the gold's going, right there where I'm doing that. It should hang in the outside ripples. Alright. Material's not really going anywhere. It's just kind of, that's the idea. So I think I got a little natural tilt to my right side. That's my bad shoulder. That's what I'm left with. Let's see what that gets us. The logo's super cool in there. That's just me being awesome there. That thing is super cool, catching all that dirt in there. When you wash it out, it's really cool. I wish you could do the same thing in the other pan, but you can't because of the way it prints. You can't print it upside down. Or do I need to pan that down so far? It's got another piece of gold. No telling how many pieces it lost. I think I'll dig a pan, Bentaya pan, and we'll find out how bad the cake pan is. Nice piece though. The one piece that it did get. Mm. it got a little bit more than that. It's got some superfines down there. It's the sunlight and me being a blind old man. See if I can get the tap out there. Yeah, you got them superfines. The superfines are a good indicator. If you're holding on to these superfines, then you know that you're holding on to just about everything that you could possibly hold on to without driving yourself bonkers. Let's see. See if I can show off the superfines. There's that, so it's not horrible. Yeah, just to the right of the big chunk. That guy right there. A couple, there's three of them out there. Ultra fines. So hung on to those. That's a good. I don't know. But as of yet, I'm not a huge fan of the cake pan, y'all. I love the Bentay though. Let's do Bentay pan. Maybe a bucket's worth of Bentay pans. How's about that? Let's do a bucket. That means we'll get 3 Bentays out of a 3/4 of a bucket. Oh, wait. Need a handkerchief. Clear wire, I can see where I dig. I'm going to dig from between there and there. There's 2 holes. Clear out all that material in between. Well, Aqua, if you're on, or if you have been on, I have not sent your package out yet. Same with Dorothy. We're being held up by snuffer bottles and 3D printers. So we're going to have to wait another day or two to get access back to the printer. But I'll get the stuff shipped soon. And also, well, another thing holding up, I got something special I'm throwing in yours, Aqua, that requires me to dig up some old tools and stuff. So I'll get it to you shortly. But I had previously mentioned that I'd be shipping it out on Monday, and it didn't go out yesterday. And don't think it'll get out today because today's run long because of my discussion with the ranger up there. It was cool. It's kind of disappointing in some ways, but it was good to have that discussion rather than have a problem. So he's a super cool dude. He's got a potato pan himself. I think he's got an XP. Get him to come out here and pan with me. And if y'all are looking to get into a potato pan and say, "Oh, I can't make one for myself," I would recommend the XP one. That's pretty much your only commercial option, really. Um, the XP one is exceptional. I love mine. It had the main drawback is that it's a big turtle thing. It's pain in the butt to kind of haul around with you. And I do like the little metal contraption in the center because in Georgia, all the clay, it helps keep everything stratified around the center part. Other people might not want that thing. I like that thing. But I also wanted something smaller. And that's why I started creating my own. And then along the way, that's where I kept having visions. No matter what I was thinking about, no matter what I was doing, I kept thinking about garlic bulbs and onion bulbs. Onion, that shape kept running through my head. And what that was consciousness, whether it be my own or the consciousness that runs this universe, was telling me about this shape in here. And that's essentially what's going on in here. Imagine a kind of a light bulb shape. The skinny neck and then it expands out inside there. Once the gold gets past that hump right there, it had a hard time getting back out. Now I need a dipper bucket. One. He laughed and I told him, he's like, how'd you know about blah, 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 blah? I said, well, I got Onyx. And he laughed. He said, oh, Onyx will get you in trouble. And I laughed too. I said, I can see that. Yeah. I guess the price of gold going up and the popularity of the hobby getting greater. They're starting to pay more attention now, so y'all have to watch it at the creek, and stay within the law. Georgia doesn't have a reclaim though, so I don't have to reclaim. Huh. Foot, the ball on my foot is stuck. Amazing. That must be leaking or something. I swear I had filled it up before I came to the creek this morning. It probably ruined that pod, but oh well. We're gonna get a ton of gold today, y'all. Let's see what we got. One bucket's worth. We didn't even get the damn dirt in the bucket. bucket with the headline too. Two more classifiers, and we'll be ready to go. Just about made my goal hole to hole. I've removed the tape between the two. Oh, bucket wants to tip over. Oop. Fingers starting to hurt again. They were fine, and now they're back to hurt. That's a good thing I didn't go get me a metal detector, because no metal detecting. I was like, I thought you could metal detect. He's like, only in designated areas. So I'm not even gonna bother with a metal detector. I should have asked him, what about dowsing rods? I'm considering making myself some dowsing rods. One more classifier pull. Probably be all that we'll dig for the rest of the day. Oh, ready to wait 4 o'clock. 30. Oh, and he also told me of another spot on the lake, a little further from here. It's Encore land. He's not exactly certain because he doesn't have his maps about the designated areas, but he said that there's good gold here. And I said, oh, really? You don't say. Maybe that's a ploy for him to get me down there to try to do something illegal. I don't know. But I'm going to go check it out soon. That could be something to do tomorrow or Thursday. I will definitely be getting on my Onyx when I get home and checking it out. Ooh. Alright, we're ready for it. Okay, I'll just use the scoop because my shovel is strapped down and I want to unstrap it. Let's see what one creek bucket will give us. That's good. Could put more, I think. Pain with a little scoop. And I'm pretty confident. Oh shit! Except for that. Pretty confident nothing's left this pan except for when I bumped it like that. I just want to stir it around a little bit. Needs a little bit more water. Like making biscuits. And I'm probably going to start wearing some neoprene gloves because my fingertips are just raw. I'm doing it. Yeah, stand back a little bit more. I can see a little better. How did she put it? She sank. This one's a little bit floatier than the previous design. It's because it's got more infill. So you gotta kind of push down on it to keep it where you want it. It's probably a good thing. Just a slight push down. Counterclockwise to stir it up. That's about right there. Yeah, I think this one's a go. I'll go with this one for my final design. I'm so tired of designing though. That one's a little slower to pan out, but kind of experiment a couple things. Stopping to test to see how bad it's getting jammed up in here. Not too bad. Because of the soft curve, it's going to allow it to exchange. So you put some heavier material in there, it's going to work its way into that little chamber. In other words, it's not going to get locked in. Wow, the garnets. I almost wanted to save those garnets. That wind is cold, though. Kind of getting a little caked up right there. I'm going to call that pan number 1. Should get 2 more, at least, maybe 3. Just as difficult to clean up. That's what I'm left with 1. This part's faster than the mini shovel. Going into my bones. Yeah, my carpal tunnel came back from all the designing I've been doing with the mouse. And then carpal tunnel came back, so I had to put my brace back on. Alright, this would be challenging. Looks to be pretty full. Just a smidge. Oh, it's kicked up real good. Yeah. Gotta keep it fluid. Don't let it kick up. That don't be kicked. Is this a Georgia clay? Let's deal with it. More. Not bad. Call that number 2. One more little swirly wash. You should get one more. Be surprised if there ain't no gold in that. Should be able to get the rest in there. Traditionally, we've been getting 3 per bucket. I don't know. I might have to stretch this last bit into 2 pans or just add to it at the end. We pour the water through, see what our situation is. Yeah, I get it all right. Maybe not. We'll have to stop there. We'll just add this about halfway through the panty. I'll probably get in there now. Four walls surrounding an empty cage. I can't find my place. Cause I don't care. It's a mess. Alright, so we've gone. creeping up really bad. I just had a front to back one go. You can do it like that if you're good. Run it front to back without swirling. I'm not that good. Plus my version is pretty deep. Ooh, really thick. Yeah, I probably want to wear like little gloves when I do this. Just chews your fingers up pretty bad. I'm probably doing this way more than I need to, but I'm just going to be extra sure everything gets down there. As I get more familiar with it, and over time I'll get lazy and learn how to shortcut everything. I can paint off the rest. See what's in there. One bucket. Oh, wait, we got more to put. Duh. Sorry. Duckwork's an idiot. We got a little bit more to add. Alright, so we got a little bit more to go. Not really our fourth pan, but just really a bunch of silk. Well, really add much. I just feel like a bunch of silk. and it keeps swirling, so I'm not gonna finger it anymore. I'm not gonna finger the hole. One more. One more swirly. Alright, see what we got. That'll be all we get for the day. For some reason I'm feeling cold. She's a little difficult to get clean sometimes. Double check. Alright, we got it. And since we can't use a sluice, that's just going to have to be my sluice. It's essentially similar. Same effect, really. Come on, buckets. Buckets be good. Oh, got color sliding down there. Well, I got at least 2 big chunks. See it right there. Must be the time of day when it decides that it's no longer going to get any warmer. It's going to start getting back to colder. It's just starting to get cold. What's going on? Maybe the cold front just came on through. Yeah, I don't see that coming. Not bad. Chunky. If we were able to be here early in the morning, we didn't have to wait on the 3D printer and then have an hour-long discussion with the Corps of Engineers ranger. We could have strung together about 3 or 4 of these buckets and walked away with a pretty good little bit. But we didn't. This is what we got today. I'm going to end the day with this. And hopefully, I don't think I'll be back tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to try to be back on Thursday. Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be days that I make my biggest effort to get out here. So that's one bucket. We got a couple nice chunks previously. In conclusion, I think the cake pan is more of a fun experiment novelty. I may print out a smaller 11-inch version of it just to see what it does. But for the most part, happy with the Bentaya pan. That pretty much is the final version, other than just a little bit of a cosmetic change. So, stoked for that. know if I'm gonna be able to back pan it. Now I'm wishing I brought the superfood. Hopefully we got it all up here. Let's see one little piece right there. A piece of lead I didn't see earlier. And just added a couple extra chunks to what you just saw. But it's almost starting to form a smile. I'll just leave it like that. It's really just a little bit more than what you just saw. Of course, I didn't use zoomed in good. Alright, that's the entire day, y'all. But we really kind of had a screwed up day as far as we didn't really get a full day of digging. But that's some super duper finds in there. So I'm happy about that. And the chunks are chunky. Alright. So with that, I think I'm going to call it a day, y'all. If I can get my camera to work. Come on, camera. Hey, y'all. It's getting chilly. I don't know why it's getting so chilly so quick. My fingers are back to like super painful. It hurt like hell. Alright, thanks everybody for coming. Sorry, kind of messed up day, kind of short day. Got here late and everything like that. But like I said, the highlight of the day was supposed to be the pans, but for me, actually, I think the highlight of my day was the discussion with the Corps of Engineers Ranger, Mr. JP. Not JP Lawns anymore, but another JP. But he's a cool dude, and yeah, I was totally wrong about certain things, and other certain things in our discussion, he learned a couple things from me. So, anyways, that would be probably the highlight of my day. But I'm stoked about the pans. The Bentaya pan is a definite go. The cake pan, y'all just got to look at that as just kind of some fun little adventure. I'm just having fun with that one. So, thanks everybody for coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go give my buddy Alaskan Assassin Adventures a like and a subscribe. And then there's a whole lot of other prospectors in this community. There's Wrenches, Repairs, and Prospecting, JP's Lawns and More, Rose Nose Treasure, Wide Gold Metal Detecting, American Gold Prospectors, King's Gold, The Empty Pan, the Glacial Gold Hunter. There's just a whole bunch. You can find some links to them on my channel, and from there you can just start. You'll find us all. All right, y'all. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.